Well, Larry was just finished this year, and he was quite pleased because, as you know yourself, it's hard working a captain. And he was just saying it'd be grand to get a game of golf and that thing.
Yeah.
And the next thing, the clubhouse went on fire.
It's Johnny Burke.
But now, when it went on fire, that left the committee, including Sean, the whole lot of us. We had no place. Don't forget now, the place is burning down.
Yeah.
So we all headed off. You wouldn't believe it. We headed off looking for something to see could we buy anything or could we hire anything. And the only thing we could get at the time that was big enough was this large shed, you would call it. It was sort of a galvanised building, and we had our first meeting in that, and it was very noisy, very cold, and it was an unbelievable meeting because the members didn't want the clubhouse to be built.
Were the members at that meeting? There was a members meeting, okay.
They were all there.
Yeah.
And everyone came, and what happened was some fellas brought in people that was never in the club, like they were members, but they hadn't to vote again it. Okay. And of course they got a few because drink driving was okay then, and they gave the architect really a tough night of it.
But that was after the fire, and that meeting was held. So where was that galvanised shed? Was it
in the car park?
In the car park, okay.
Yeah.
It was like a big porta cabin.
That's Sean's right.
Okay.
Sean is right. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And the night was a nasty night, and anyway, it didn't work out. They shut down everything.
And what was being proposed? That you rebuild?
To rebuild. And the next day, the captain rang me, Larry, and he was fairly well upset. And I said, well, I tell you, I wouldn't worry about it. That's a thing that happened. Just let it happen. We'll go ahead with the committee and all, and between the whole lot of us, we'll arrive at a situation where we build a new clubhouse.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but like the members said no to rebuilding the clubhouse. Like what was the alternative? Oh, on that site. Yeah. Okay.
They weren't on for going at all. They were happy. They didn't want to build they just didn't want to build a new clubhouse. And it was, if you take it, in the 80s was a funny time. There wasn't a load of work, or there wasn't people looking for workers, and everyone was minding their few bob and the whole lot. So that was the time was in it. Yeah. So anyway, we got out of that and we went along, and as Sean will tell you, we were using the snooker room as the table.
For meetings.
Yeah. And at one of the meetings, now this is unbelievable, at one of the meetings we said, well, really and truly, we haven't anywhere, so why should we not take a chance in doing a felt job on the roof and see could we make it watertight? And the ladies' locker room seems to be all right, so we paint it. Our one seems to be all right, so we paint it. And we'll paint the whole clubhouse, and we brought in the Bourne chap, and he painted the whole place. And we get a porta cabin and we put it outside the door, and we put a kitchen in it. And the stuff we buy, which would be a cooker and a fridge, we'll take down to the new clubhouse when it's ready. Yeah. So it won't cost us that.
Yeah.
And when it was painted and finished and all, and with the porta cabin, with three lovely girls, Sean, you can remember them, used to service the food.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the names.
Yeah, they were lovely girls.
Yeah, they did a great job.
And we wanted to bring them to the new clubhouse, but it was too big for them.
Right.
But anyway, what happened was, we'd done such a good job that the members didn't want to leave it. Okay. We destroyed ourselves, really. So that was that stage of it. So we walked in very happily in the clubhouse from that to the finish.
So that was Johnny Burke's, or in Larry Bean's
Larry's year.
So 89. And when did the construction start proper, or like, how did you move from that sort of semi-contentment of the members to we're actually doing a big job?
Well, we moved the next time would have been into Leslie. Okay. You know, you don't feel the year going through.
Of course.
By the way, I'd like to say it, Larry was absolutely very good, and Leslie. And the committees, like Sean and all, the committees was fantastic
But
now.
both yourself and Sean had sort of construction background.
That's right.
You know, that which must be a huge help, bonus to the club.
Well, it was, and we had people like Jim Wood and Bill Witherspoon at our backs as well.
Yeah.
Well, I pulled in. See, when Larry made me. I didn't pick it, and Larry said that you're going to be the chairman, and I said, okay, but I pick who works with me.
Yeah.
Now, who would you pick? I picked Jim Wood because, I mean, he's just a brilliant bloke.
Yeah.
He loved the club, and he knew this whole area. He knew the Wicklow County Council, and I had Tony then had come in as my vice captain.
Yeah.
So I had the two of them, which I couldn't go wrong. They were way ahead of me, like they were fantastic people.
Yeah.
And we took it then from there. We got a new drawings done out, and the members passed them. They did pass them.
And those drawings were for. I'm pointing here, in this direction. No, you can't see it, but it's the picture of the old clubhouse behind on the wall behind you. So were those drawings for down there or for redevelopment of this?
Here, for this here.
So very quickly, the whole idea of building down there disappeared as an option, did it?
Yeah, no, that was gone.
Okay.
And the one thing about it that I would like to say, and you asked me the other day, and I would like to say that the year that this piece of ground and house was bought, the captain and the president and the committee at that time should get great praise, because without that we had nothing. When you bought that was the foundation.
Sure.
That was the foundation of our club, when you like it, and it doesn't matter what happened after it. So Pat Mann, I must admit, at the time, put his heart and soul into
Absolutely, at some commercial, personal cost to himself.
Along with Pat McGrath done his best too, but the committee, nothing had happened without a committee. Yeah. So every man on a committee, the worst man on a committee is a good man.
Yeah, of course.
Because they bring it on. So I would say that was a fabulous piece of work.
And that was how many years ago before the place burnt down did we buy this place?
I couldn't tell you exactly.
But a couple of years, like a number of years.
What I can tell you was...
2 years after the place was burnt down.
Okay.
It was a silent thing. You had to put your tender into an envelope. There was no going in to an auction.
This is the building now?
Yeah,
okay.
to buy this ground and building.
Oh, sorry.
No, not to buy it.
Well...
To build. That was clearly in Dial got that.
No, but going back to Pan Matt's time,
okay,
to acquire the ground, if you want to put it, for the club, it had to be a secret ballot.
Yeah.
There was no going in and bidding at the auction.
Yeah.
So it was very hard for anyone to say, geez, how much should we put in? What should we go for? Because if you look at it, what a beautiful piece of ground for a man with money. If a man had money and could buy it. So nobody would know that because it was a private auction. Yeah. So our lads put in their bid in an envelope and we got the job. They got the job. Yeah. And that's how they achieved it. So it was a great bit of work, Sean, when you think of it.
Well, you were asking me about Pat Mann's involvement. Pat Mann was very paddy with Michael Roach Kelly.
Yeah.
Who was Delia's husband.
Yeah.
Estranged.
Yeah.
And Pat Mann did some deal and got your man to write the thing on a piece of paper.
Okay.
And that was put into Pat Mann's office file.
Okay.
And that was a price of 58, I think it was 58 grand. And then Pat McGrath chaired the meeting that put it to the members to get them to take on
the debt,
this, to buy out this place.
Yeah.
And he spoke for the best part of an hour.
Well, he was great.
He was unbelievable.
Really?
He was fantastic now, President. But it was unbelievable, as Sean said, but he was fantastic.
And the amount of people,
He was, yeah.
there was quite a few people who were totally against it.
Yes.
But it went through anyway, with McGrath's spiel.
He was
He made the
larger
right
than life,
spiel,
that's for sure.
and it worked,
Yeah.
and it went through.
Okay, so we had the land, we had that. We have our temporary structure down below,
Yeah.
and you're working as a committee in the background. You're trying to get the plans drawn to rebuild this house here.
That's exactly right.
And then there's a journey from there. So you had to find builders, and you had to have all your costs right.
The tender, and Cleary and Dial had done Powerscourt. They had done somewhere else as well.
On Charles Land.
Yeah, they had done Charles Land.
Okay.
So and they were we were familiar with them.
Okay.
And we knew the business they had.
Well, I'll tell you a little thing that happened. Sorry, Sean.
Go ahead.
Little thing that happened. I told the architect, when the tenders come in, he couldn't open the tenders without the president and myself being there. And when I went there, he opened it. John Sis priced this job.
Okay,
It
well.
was good builders priced it.
Yeah.
So he opened it, and when he opened it, I said, can I talk to Cleary and Dial there and then? And I spoke to Cleary, and I said, you're close to getting the job. But I said, the only thing that I would ask you is, will you do a fixed contract price for us? This is for members of a club, I said, and we can't afford to slip up.
Okay.
So I'm asking you now, will you fix the contract? End the story. We will. So there was no increases. That was the end of that. That nailed it down.
I mean, how, like, such a simple thing, and how important.
Well, extras were a big thing. And
Yes.
still are in the buildings, right?
Yeah.
And but there was no extras on this.
So you had
We fixed price.
fantastic. I mean, again, what a service. like you talk about that.
Yeah,
You know, yeah.
I know, but
It's all about knowledge.
But you see, none of us can work without a committee, Captain. That's important to realise. The weakest council member is a very good member of our club. When we think about it.
Yes.
Because we all throw in whatever we have to do, we do our best. But during that job, poor old Oliver, I told him he couldn't go near the builder at all, because if he was left, he'd have started moving the counters.
This is Oliver Walsh. The
You
secretary
couldn't let
manager.
him in. If you let him in, you'd end up with double the price.
Yeah.
So what I said was, I would never do anything without Jim and Tony, never. And I said to Jim and Tony, would you be annoyed if I asked the lady captain to look after the curtains, the carpets and the painting? No, we'd be delighted, Noel. It'd take weight off us.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll get the bill of quantities and I'll tell them what they have with the curtains, the money they have, they can't go over it. The money they have with the carpets, they can't go over it. The money they have with the painting, they can't go over it. Now, we were able to forget that part of the job.
Great.
Because I must admit, the ladies do a great job, Sean. They handled it brilliantly, you know.
And they did, yeah. Yeah, no, they pulled their weight big time.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
So anyway, so the builder's on site. Any dramas?
No,
Did they find anything particular? They started taking
as Sean
stuff
said, the builder was a fantastic builder.
Okay.
And the architect, and I know some people didn't like him, but he was very good. But he never once cribbed, Sean. I'm out to God. Like if Jim Wood and that at the meeting got me to go, I'd always go. Once they asked me to do something, I'd go down and put it to him.
Right.
And he might say, well, no, you're slightly wrong there. And sometimes he was right.
Okay.
We were wrong, but he never got in the way of causing us extras or anything like that.
Okay. But again, going back to what Sean says, there was a knowledge there from collectively yourselves, like in terms of yourself, Jim.
But we knew that your man clearly had the expertise, and he had two fantastic buildings behind him.
Yeah.
So he knew how he was taking on as well.
Okay.
And he was a nice guy to deal with.
Well, I tell you, just a quick one. For instance, Jim Wood said it was ordinary doors, and Jim said, too many chance you would turn them into teak, what would it cost us? No, he said, I'll turn them into teak, it cost you nothing. So that's how we got all teak doors, if you look at it.
Okay.
Like as Sean said, they were fantastic builders.
Okay. And where were they out of?
Wexford.
Wexford.
Yeah.
It's funny because in my head, I had Charles Land much newer than this. Do you know what I mean? Whatever. Yeah, but interesting. So this was built after Charles Land. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
And Perscott had been done as well.
Okay. Deadly. Very good.
So you could say all as I had to do, and fair dues to Jim Wood and Tony, we'd go to every site meeting. We wouldn't miss a site meeting, so as we would know what was happening and what was going. And then on the other side of the coin, Bill Witherspoon's, the Lord rest him, Bill kept us with the money. Like one time he wasn't giving us anything, and I thought this Sean, when once he said to me, you can't do that, so he leave it to me. So Bill, I was playing in Delgany yesterday, and I said to Tommy, I've gone 300,000 over cost, I'm shaking. I cheers, I go out, he says, no, you get the paper, and he come in and we got the breakdown right away. He gave us the breakdown, so we were nowhere, we were right, like, we were. Yeah. But he used to come and give us, Bill Witherspoon was a fantastic fella.
And what did Bill do for a living?
Quantity surveyor.
He was QS, was he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, an absolute gentleman.
He
Gorgeous
had
man.
everything to a penny.
Oh, right.
It was unbelievable.
That's right.
So the prospect of 300 grand that he didn't know about was okay, very good.
He was absolutely
He
brilliant.
lived up there in Delgany, sure he was handy.
And he was a law adjuster as well, like you couldn't make any mistakes. He was a very intelligent fella.
Yeah, lovely man.
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
So when the place was built, so it opened in 1991.
91.
Okay.
91, yes, that's right.
So that was your year as captain.
Yeah.
So you had the pleasure of having
I
seen it come through.
shut the old clubhouse and opened the new one.
Okay.
And Jerry Colligan was saying he'd be the last man in it. So I stayed in the fridge. When he went down, he was outside. So I had better lock this place.
Something's never changed.
It's just a bit of fun, that's all.
Yeah.
But Jerry and all now, you couldn't get on without the likes of Jerry and them. They were great because, if you remember, Sean, we decided that someone would have to go to the banks and get us the best possible fee that they could if we had to get a loan. And if any of the members had to get a loan of money,
so this is
that they would be mined as best we could.
The 1991 levy, the famous, yeah?
No, that was before that now.
Okay.
So this was now, we're buying the clubhouse.
Okay.
And some chaps mightn't have the money.
So
they wanted to get a loan.
Was that levied?
No,
to buy the place? Was there a levy for that?
It was a 91 levy,
Yeah.
but we arranged with the banks that they would push the money out at special rates and
to members.
Yeah, to members who wanted to put it over time.
So that was a levy. So that was, I think it was £800 or something like that, or something close around that.
It just
finished. It was 900.
Correct. Yeah.
900 and something.
Yeah, and that was the arrangement was that you'd get the money back when you left the club, or your estate would get it.
Yeah, exactly.
So in other words, the clubhouse was built for nothing. It cost the members nothing.
Okay.
It never cost a penny because they all got their money back.
Okay. So were there borrowings? So there were no club borrowings.
And we had the members come in.
Yeah. Wow.
Believe it not, the members come in nearly immediately, Sean, and paid their fees. So we had to never go near the bank.
No.
We had to never borrow a penny.
That's unreal, isn't it?
Never had to
and I mean,
borrow.
the place is still in financially in good stead, I suppose, because of that.
Yeah.
Well, with Tony Wood around as an accountant and,
Yes.
and John McElhenney as well.
They were great.
I mean, we were in great hands.
Yes.
They were great people for just keeping an eye, and they had the interest of the club very much at heart.
And you get that sense absolutely all the time.
One little thing, at the meeting with Jim and Tony, this was at night, like, you know, the way the three of us would meet to see what was happening. And I said, Tony, the one thing now that I'm stuck for, I said, you see, furniture and all wasn't part of the thing.
Gotcha.
And I said, like, with furniture, now Noel, he said, don't worry yourself. I put a little boy, I've already bought all the furniture.
No way.
I couldn't believe it. As Sean said, he was so good. You know, that was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we hadn't even worried about the chairs and the tables and all. He'd already seen away, and he knew that no one was thinking of it.
Just quietly
so
in the background, he was making
I
sure.
walked away on it, Noel,
Yeah.
and we got it.
Unreal.
But the one thing Sean will tell you won't believe it. Committee again, council and all, like, it's nothing to do with one person. We brought in 15,000 profit that year. 15,000.
The year you built the clubhouse.
Yes, we built the club with no bar or anything.
Okay.
We were 15,000.
I was on bar and kitchen.
He was. Himself and Eddie Clark.
That's right.
How did that come about that you ended up in bar and kitchen?
Well, I was we had conveners all the time at that stage.
Yeah.
And I was on bar and kitchen I did it for 3 years.
Okay.
And Eddie Clark, we used to keep the watch and brief as well. But then the rule in the Constitution was that I had to pack in 3 years.
That's right.
So it was decided by council that I could become on sec.
Yes.
And continue on for another 3.
Okay.
Which is what happened.
Okay, so you went for...
I did 6 years.
Wow, okay.
On council.
At a critical time. So the night then, so everything's done, got your furniture, bonus that you weren't expecting, and then at some point the place is opened and I see there's a plaque downstairs in the hallway commemorating that. So what was that? What was the opening night?
That's why I'd love you to get that tape. Sean will tell you it was a huge day.
Okay.
All the clubs were invited here, the whole lot. Sean was here, like.
I was on sec then at that stage, and so I invited all the GUI people that on there.
GUI and all were here, like.
I was looking for the page, I had it all on, and I couldn't find it this morning.
Okay.
But anyway, all the GUI people were here, anyone that, and Ken Otten was thrilled that they were all here. And,
of course,
because he was
he was secretary of the branch. That's state branch. Okay. Yeah.
So it was unbelievable. It was unreal. I mean, there was thousands here. It wasn't just a few.
It was a huge crowd.
And was it like golf and then something afterwards, or was it a dinner, or was it just?
We had music. Our friend.
I don't think we had any golf that day.
No, I'll tell you who played
Pat O'Neill.
Music. Pat O'Neill.
Yeah.
I must say this. Pat's an absolute great member. He's a gentleman. Anthony Wanty. He's a fantastic man.
Yeah.
He's a great organiser.
So that was the Just Friends band, was it? Just Friends.
Yeah, they were very good.
So they came out of, as I understand it, they came out of the choir. So there was the choir. We spoke to Pat about the choir.
They developed from.
And they pulled out of that. So before any of the American talk shows had a house band, we had a house band. It was great.
There was one fella
Just
came
Friends.
across to me, and I knew he wouldn't subscribe anything to the clubhouse. Wouldn't subscribe nothing. And he was at the bar with 2 friends, and he came back and he says, "Look at here," he says, "that music is too bloody noisy." So I went to Pat and said, "Can you put the music up a bit harder? Lash it up as much as you can." I wouldn't mention his name because he would know.
Yeah. Tell us later.
But Joe O'Rourke was the main man in
That's
the
right,
choir.
in the choir. Yeah.
And like at funerals, and a lot of them were Protestant funerals at the time. We were all at the Protestant funerals.
Were you in the choir?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
But I attended all the funerals, either Catholic and the choir were very active in that time.
Okay.
And Joe O'Rourke was the conductor.
That's right, yeah.
He was everything.
Yeah, and Pat spoke very fondly of it. And it's great times and nice trips away. They travelled away.
Well, I was never on that because I wasn't a singer.
Okay. So anyway, so you had your event, your whatever, and Noel, you made your captain at the time,
yeah.
obviously. So you cut the ribbon or whatever.
I could have been, but I should have never made a speech because I'm not good enough for that. You know what I mean? I'm just no, I'm not really. And no, they've done a great job. Roisin Caffrey, now the lady captain.
Okay.
She was I know we don't think of it, but to me she was a perfect person.
Yeah.
She'd do anything with the building or anything that Jim would or I would ask her. You didn't have to do any more.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I don't know whether you remember this, Sean, or not, with pictures, and I asked 100 times what to put up the pictures or the signs and all. You know, this when the clubhouse open. And no one was, so I rang Roisin and the women come in with hammers and what's his name come up? Colgan and thing. I wanted my photograph on the pillar. But the women just put up the pictures. That was
that's
the
where
end
they stayed
of it.
for a long time till the place was painted again.
That was the end of it.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So little things like that.
But the women weren't allowed a council or anything like that at that stage.
It's mad.
We handed down jobs to them, all right, but they weren't. I know the year I was captain, I rang my lady captain the next morning after a council meeting, and I told her everything that we were doing and all the rest of it, and she appreciated that.
So you were captain in 2000, Sean.
Yeah.
So that is it 2000 or 2001 where there was a change in terms of the women's membership, where a woman was allowed to become a full member.
I formed a committee with Paul Wallace as
I thought that was you that instigated that. That was very forward.
Well, Paul Wallace took on the job of deciding how it could be handled.
Yeah. Paul was a great man for rules.
And he had a small committee, and they did it in no time, like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. Very good. Like it's a big change at the time, and excellent. Very good.
But Noel's speech went on for he's down playing what his role there. He went on and he got so emotive at the end that the tears were coming out, and it was a great situation when to open the clubhouse, a new clubhouse, in so soon after the fire.
Yeah.
And I mean, but the fact that it was on budget.
It was 3,000 under cost.
When you said, I remember you saying, and we came in on budget. We came under budget.
Yeah, we did.
And the tears were coming out as well.
Well, and I understand that, and that's that's the great thing about a members club, isn't it? That it means so much to, and that's why we're trying to just capture some of that sense.
So we did. We all, every one of us, tried it the best we could, and every one of us worked hard enough on committees and with the club in mind. It wasn't with ourselves.
Of
it was
course,
the club in mind.
Anyway, listen. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure and very informative. Noel Earls, Sean Woodcock.
You don't
Two of the greats. We're going to run out of tape. Sean, reveal him on it. No, great to see you.